1979, disco was still lighting up the dance floors. Soft rock played from car radios, and 45 RPM records were still spinning in living rooms. But behind those melodies were some unexpected stories. A young teacher suddenly reaching #1 in America, a breakup becoming a love song for millions, and a song that almost seemed to predict the death of the radio era. Let's return to 1979 with 10 forgotten one-hit wonders that time has never quite erased. Number 10, Ring My Bell by Anita Ward. In the summer of 1979, just the first few synthesizer notes of Ring My Bell were enough to make you think of disco lights and Saturday nights that stretched late into the evening. But the woman behind the hit was nothing like the typical disco diva. Anita Ward had studied to become a teacher, and the song wasn't even originally written for her. After Frederick Knight changed the lyrics and gave it to Ward, the recording unexpectedly spread across the radio and climbed to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Ward never returned to those heights, but some artists don't need a second time. Just the sound of that bell is enough to bring an entire summer of 1979 back. Number 9, Born to Be Alive by Patrick Hernandez. Some songs seem as if they were born for a particular moment. Born to Be Alive is one of them. When that disco beat begins, it carries the exact feeling of 1979, young, free, and as if the night would never end. Patrick Hernandez had written the song before disco reached its peak, and the original version was actually closer to rock. When it was remade in a dance style, a little-known French singer suddenly had a hit heard around the world, reaching number 16 in America. Hernandez didn't need another song to define that time of youth. For many people, just the words "Born to Be Alive" are enough to bring back an entire dance floor. Number 8, Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. In 1979, radio was still a familiar companion on the road. That's why Video Killed the Radio Star sounded both cheerful and a little sad, like a farewell sent before anyone realized they were about to say goodbye. The Buggles created the song with synthesizers, unusual layers of vocals, and nostalgia for a time when music only needed to be heard. It reached number 1 in the UK, but stopped at number 40 in America. 2 years later, MTV chose this very video as the first music video ever broadcast on the network. Suddenly, a song from 1979 was no longer simply talking about the future. The future had actually arrived.
If these songs are taking you back to some of the happiest years of your life, we'd truly appreciate it if you could take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing back the songs that became the soundtrack of an entire generation.
You packed in the morning, I stared out the window.
Number 7, Just When I Needed You Most by Randy VanWarmer.
You left in the rain without closing the door.
Not every memory of 1979 lived beneath disco lights. Some nights had nothing but a quiet room, a small radio, and a song that made you think about someone who had left.
You left me just when I needed you most.
Randy VanWarmer brought that exact feeling into Just When I Needed You Most. The song grew out of the pain of a breakup, and he sang it almost without blame, only with the emptiness of someone who had been left behind.
I need you more than I needed before and now.
Song reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. VanWarmer later wrote songs for many other artists, but the voice America remembers most is still that of the young man asking why she had to leave just when he needed her most.
Left me just when I needed you most.
Number 6, Knock on Wood by Amii Stewart. If you ever stepped onto a disco dance floor in 1979, Knock on Wood probably sounded as if it had been born right in that era, but the melody was actually more than a decade old. Eddie Floyd had already turned it into a soul hit in the 1960s. Amii Stewart took that old memory, sped up the rhythm, added synthesizers, and dressed it in the lights of the disco era. The result went straight to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. That was also part of the magic of radio back then. A song your parents once knew could return in new clothes and make their children get up and dance. Number 5, Gold by Jon Stewart. Gold has the kind of sound that easily makes you picture a California afternoon. The car windows rolled down, the late day sun, and the radio playing as the road stretches out ahead. Jon Stewart had already lived an entire musical life before this hit appeared. He had been a member of the Kingston Trio and later became a songwriter before Gold, with Stevie Nicks on backing vocals, carried his own name to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Ironically, Stewart later admitted that he wasn't particularly fond of his biggest hit, but memories don't always belong to the person who created the song. Sometimes, once a song enters the lives of its listeners, it belongs to them.
Oh, California girls are the greatest in the world, each one.
What can I do? What can I do? I'll never remember my time.
Number 4, Driver's Seat by Sniff and the Tears.
Driver's seat, yeah. Doing all
Some songs don't need to tell you where you are. They create the entire scene themselves. The opening drums of Driver's Seat begin, and almost immediately, you can feel as though you're driving down a dark road in 1979. Paul Roberts wrote it from the emotions that followed a breakup, but instead of sinking into sadness, the song keeps racing forward. That driving rhythm carried Sniff and the Tears to number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100. Ironically, just as the song was taking them farther than ever before, the band's lineup began to fall apart. Driver's Seat kept driving on the radio, even as the people who created it were heading in different directions.
driver's seat. Ooh, driver's seat.
If a melody has just made you remember your first car, a Saturday night, or a friend you haven't seen in years, please like and subscribe to the channel, because the final 5 songs may bring those memories back even more clearly.
I can take another heartache, though you say you're
Number 3, Cruel to Be Kind by Lowe.
gotta be cruel to be kind in the right measure.
Cruel to Be Kind has a very familiar feeling. The melody is cheerful enough to sing along to, while the story underneath is about someone trying to understand why love can hurt so much.
Do my best to understand, dear, but you still mystify.
Lowe had written the song years before it finally found the right moment. In 1979, its bright chorus carried him to number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, Lowe's only top 40 hit in America.
Well, I do my best to understand, dear.
But Lowe never really disappeared. He continued writing, producing, and making music for decades. It was only America that seemed to keep him frozen in that particular summer moment.
I don't know what to say.
Number 2, You Take My Breath Away by Rex Smith.
And you take my breath away.
For many young girls in 1979, Rex Smith wasn't just a voice on the radio. He was also a face appearing on television screens and across the pages of teen magazines. You Take My Breath Away was connected to the television movie Sooner or Later, and when the song reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, Smith suddenly became part of first crushes, photographs pinned to bedroom walls, and teenage dreams.
And I don't know what to say.
The craze eventually faded. Smith returned to acting and the stage, but that is exactly how nostalgia works. Sometimes a single song is enough to keep someone forever in their 20s. Number 1, Heaven Must Have Sent You by Bonnie Pointer. Leaving a successful family group is never an easy decision. When Bonnie Pointer left the Pointer Sisters, she had to prove that audiences still wanted to hear her when her sisters were no longer standing beside her. The opportunity came with Heaven Must Have Sent You, an old Motown song by the Elgins. Bonnie brought it into 1979 with a new disco rhythm, and her version climbed to number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100. She never found another solo pop hit of the same size, but for those few minutes, Bonnie was no longer a former member of the Pointer Sisters. It was her own voice, her own moment. Perhaps we don't really remember 1979 through dates. We remember it through smaller things. The sound of the radio on the dashboard, the lights from a dance floor, a scratched record, or the song that was playing when someone special was still by our side.
Gotta be cruel to be kind in the right measure. Drive a seat, yeah. Doing all
Nearly half a century has passed, but music has a strange way of keeping those moments intact. If one of these 10 songs today has just taken you back to a place, a person, or a summer long gone, share that memory in the comments. Sometimes sharing a memory is another way of keeping it alive one more time.
Golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like